Welcome back to the weekly Brooklyn Market Update, brought to you by Angle & Walker's Brownstone, Brooklyn. My name is Katrina Carney, and of course, I'm joined again today by Donald Brennan. Hello, Donald.
Good morning, Katrina. How are you today?
I am good, thank you. So we've just wrapped up the first quarter of 2021, and as we know, we have data that goes back 4 years. It gives us an opportunity to look at how things went in terms of closed sales and also compare that to our weekly data. So let's take a sneak peek at that first quarter 2021. And maybe it's a good idea to start with a recap of where 1Q 2020 was, because that will help people understand when we're comparing from this year to last.
So yeah, great idea. So about a year ago, we had seen some activity on deal volume, both for townhouses and condos, which were very close to what had occurred the prior quarter, fourth quarter 2019, which was healthy activity, but significantly less than what had occurred almost in every year prior to that, going back to the fourth quarter of 2015. So kind of on a little bit of a downward trend heading into the end of 2019. It was kind of consistent into the first quarter of 2020.
So therefore, how was 1Q 2021? How did it perform relative to how we might have expected to perform coming out of the back end of 2020?
Yeah, it performed extremely well. We'll get into the numbers in a second, but just want to kind of remind people that, when we talk about our in contract and new to market activity week to week, which we have been for almost a year now, we saw the uptick in activity is back in August this past summer of almost record levels of deals going into contract, which was great to see. And a lot of that was at the lower price points, $1 million or under. Activity is now kind of risen up above that $1 million mark to the multi-million-dollar asset values, which is also great to see. So based on that, not a big surprise, but great to see the kind of rebound here. That in some corners, low expectations for the ability of places like Brooklyn as a very livable, walkable urban environment to live has done quite well. And looking at the numbers, gross transaction volume, townhouses up 20% year over year, with a gross dollar amount of $425 million worth of townhouses trading hands in the first quarter. Condo market up 80% year over year, $578 million worth of condo product trading hands. I'd say almost 50% of that is new development product. So sponsor sales, deals that are closing there that had been in contract over the previous 12 months or so. And so really strong performance there. Looking at the number of sales, townhouses were up 10%, 286. And condos, both new development and resales, up 94% year over year to 460 deals closing.
That's great. So if we pivot now to our weekly market data and see how the new to market and in contract sales went there last week, and let's talk about whether or not the pattern that we've been seeing over the last month is still happening.
So it is, a little muted last week with participants out in the marketplace. No surprise there, being in a kind of major holiday week for both schools and religious holiday of Easter this past weekend. So not a lot of people out there, but behind the scenes, people working away at getting deals in contract, attorneys executing contracts for their clients. So decent amount of activity, just a little bit down from prior weeks. In the luxury market, we had 13 new to market listings come online. The average there over the trailing 4 weeks or so is more in the ballpark of 22. In contract deals were 15 in the luxury market, down from trailing 4-week averages about 25. So little drop there. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens next week and the week after, because as far as I can see, tremendous number of participants still out there looking to purchase homes. Below the 2.25 number, new to market, we had 49 deals enter the marketplace, down from 86 kind of average over the prior weeks. In contract, It was pretty close, pretty much on parity with what had occurred in the previous 4 or 5 weeks, with 88 deals going into contract.
So next week, we'll use our 1Q 2021 data to focus on a neighborhood and maybe an asset type. So if there's something that you're particularly interested in, do DM us. We're more than happy to take special requests, of course. And until then, we will see you next week. Thank you, Donald.
You're welcome. And just as a reminder, no two things are the same in our marketplace. We're happy to share our insights, knowledge, and expertise. If you're curious just about what your asset may be valued at today, been thinking about selling, we love to plan ahead. We encourage everyone else to plan ahead on the sell side. And so we're available. Don't hesitate to reach out. Our contact information is at the end of this video, and happy to get on the phone and answer any questions you may have.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye.